and welcome back to my channel. As you might know by now, I am making a series about all my theater experiences so far. And in this video, I am actually gonna talk about the last job I did before I started Starlight Express. So that was a Dutch original production called Stil, which means silence in me, basically, which is a Dutch pop song that was in the show as well. So yeah, that was the title of the show. I started that production right after I came home from the ship. So I came home from the ship in November and moved back to Germany for a little bit. And in January, I started my new adventure back in the Netherlands. And I was really excited to be working in my home country again, because I basically hadn't been back since my graduation. So, I mean, I had been back to visit, of course, but not like living in the Netherlands. So that was, yeah, I was really excited for that. So I rented this little room in Amsterdam, super small, super expensive, like it's supposed to be in Amsterdam, I guess. And yeah, I was so pumped to start this new adventure. So we started with recording a video clip, which was super exciting because I had never done something like that, and it's really cool to have that as like, yeah, a little memory of the whole thing. It's still on YouTube, so you can still check it out. So we first went to a recording studio where we recorded the vocals. And then we went to a photo studio kind of thing where we recorded the video clip, which was really nice. And I am still quite proud of the result, and I'll show you what it looks like right now. So yeah, that was the video clip, and that started off our little original production tour of Stil the Musical. So yeah, like I said, I moved to Amsterdam. I was really excited to be back like on my bike and to be able to bike to rehearsals, just like the Dutchie in me just loves that kind of feeling. And it was also really nice to be back with some people I studied with. Yeah, because lots of people who are working in the Netherlands in the theater they moved to Amsterdam. We all studied in Rotterdam, but yeah, most of the rehearsals and all of that happens in Amsterdam. Like the tour buses leave from Amsterdam, so it makes sense that a lot of people move to Amsterdam. So it was really nice to be back with that group of people after I have been gone for like over 2 years, like 2.5 years. So we had a really short rehearsal process. It was not even 4 weeks, I think. And for an original production, that is really short. I mean, for every production that is short, but if you have to figure out everything, that is like insanely short. But we just had to roll with it. So it kind of was a race against time, but I guess that's also a little bit the fun of it. It never really bothered me. It was just, it just meant that we had to work really hard. Because with an original production, if you have a new script and everything, not all things are gonna work straight away. If you look at a Broadway production, for example, Mean Girls or something, before they actually had the final production on stage, I think they played and rehearsed and did stuff for like 1.5 years or something. And of course we had a way smaller production, but you know, if you compare it, 4 weeks is just not a lot. So yeah, that was the case with us as well. We had to figure out a lot of stuff, like change a lot of stuff. So that was kind of a stressful rehearsal period, but at the same time, I just felt really, really good. I loved working in the Netherlands again. I had to get used to the acting part of musical theater again a little bit, because I have been working mainly as a lead singer, which was a great experience, I absolutely loved it. But I'm getting a call. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I have been working as a lead singer for like over 2 years, so I was kind of like, the acting part of musical theater was kind of somewhere way back in my memory, so I had to how do you say that, dig really deep to find that again. But it took me a little while, but I never really felt really insecure about that. It was just part of the process, and I just really enjoyed everything, and I felt super secure as a singer, and yeah, super ready to do this production. So in general, I just felt really good. And that was also because the group was just really great. It was the first big production, like tour production, that this production company did. And the head of this production company is really young, like my age. And our director was quite young. It was his first production, like as a director. And the whole group was young. We were all like in our 20s. So we were just with a cast of 4. I don't know if I said that. So it was all like, it was this small group. Everything was super new, fresh, young. And it was just, yeah, it just made the whole process really special. I just loved the vibe of the group. I cannot remember a time where I laughed this much during rehearsals. Like, I don't know why. I can't even tell you what was like that funny, because we had to work really hard, and we had to figure out a lot of stuff, and it was stressful as well, but at the same time we were just enjoying it so much, and we just had such a good connection that, yeah, we just had lots of laughs. And that is just a general feeling I remember from those rehearsals. Yeah, it was not a punishment to, you know, sit down after rehearsals with those people again, you know, having a quick dinner, but also talking about the script and everything. And just because 4 weeks was too short, just working from, you know, 10 to 5 or something. So we had to work a little bit in the evenings as well, but we didn't mind that at all, because we just had such a great time. At least I did. Before we knew it, the tryouts came up, and it was good that we had quite a lot of tryouts before we actually had our big premiere, because, like I said, it was such a short period that we needed those tryouts to actually see what works, what doesn't, and we actually changed quite a lot. Like the whole opening, for example, got changed right before the premiere. Like the music got changed, and the whole setting and everything got changed. And that's what happens. That's, I guess, the fun of an original production. And even though that is stressful at the moment and you don't really feel like it at the moment, it is also what keeps you pumped. And when I think back on it now, I'm like, the hustle of things and the rush of things and the pressure and everything, it just also what makes it kind of, you also kind of need that, I think, in the theater. Yeah, nothing but good memories. And it was really nice to, you know, do the first tryouts and see how it works in front of an audience and what people think. And we always did a meet and greet afterwards, which was really nice, and also a good way to, you know, feel a little bit how the people come out of the show, because it was kind of a heavy topic. It was about 4 friends in high school who are in their 20s now, and they come together again because their 5th friend of the group passed away, basically. So coming together again and seeing what has changed and dealing with the saying goodbye and the loss of that friend and all of that, and a lot of other problems. So it was not like your happy feel-good musical. It was not all like super down and super depressed or something, but it was a little bit more than just a happy tap dance. It was really nice to have a meet and greet afterwards to kind of see how people felt, and we got a lot of people coming to us with stories. So that was really interesting and a really good experience, I think. And it was also just fun because a lot of people just want to have a picture with us, or, you know, want to have a little chat. Yeah, then our big premiere, our opening night came up, and I guess we were as ready as we could be. It was all quick, but the show was there.
Nooit terecht is dat het een gevecht is om gewoon ergens te zijn, om te wonen en te leven, en al was het ook maar één.
We had a product, and that was just where it was at that point. And I think with an original production, it always grows further on after the premiere. So your premiere is never the best show, but I was still kind of happy with what we showed there, and it was a little bit nerve-wracking to have an actual premiere again, like an opening night with press and with important people in the audience and all of that, because I didn't have that in Doha or on the ship. I mean, we had opening nights, but nothing with like actual press, and yeah, it was not that theater vibe. So that was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's also a really great feeling afterwards. And I love those little events of having like a premiere party and dressing up fancy and having a little photo wall and all of that. So yeah, that was really cool. And it was really nice to be able to have my family and friends there, because that was of course really different than in Doha or on the ship, because my parents came by, my sister and my boyfriend, but none of my other family or friends, of course, were able to fly to freaking Doha or to yeah, come visit on the ship. So it was really nice to just invite people again. And you know, for people, because we toured through the Netherlands, it was really easy for people to just come and watch us in the city they lived, or like something close to it. So that was really nice. And I just loved life. Being on tour was just great, and we had a great balance of work and free time, because it was not like a really packed schedule. We had like 4 shows, that was like average 4 shows a week. Which is not a lot. Normally, if you are doing a musical, you easily have 7 or 8 shows a week. So it was a great balance of being able to do my own stuff, like visiting family, and I had so much time to do other things as well. But you still have the structure you need for like living a normal life. So that was a really nice time. I really enjoyed being in Amsterdam, going everywhere on my bike, going for drinks, going to the theater, going to, you know, different workouts, and being able to do all the fancy bar workouts and yoga and everything I missed when I was on the ship and when I was in Doha. So I really enjoyed it, and I realized then that I missed being in the city more than I thought. Like, I enjoyed it so much that I was like, wow, I always thought that it didn't really matter where I was, but then I realized, okay, it is kind of nice to be in Amsterdam and to work here, and, you know, being back with the people I studied with. Touring the Netherlands is just so much fun because it's such a small country, so you can just go everywhere by bus and you just go back in the night, and that is your life. So you leave in the afternoon, have like a little bus ride, which is always really fun, being in a small tour bus with our little group of people, and, you know, playing your show, doing the meet and greet, and then having a drink in the theater, having a bitterbal for my Dutchies. Yeah, going back on the bus back home and arriving late and, you know, being all hyped up and then sleep in and do your thing and then the same thing over and over again. And I just think that is, yeah, that is a life I feel really comfortable and really good with. So I was really happy at that point in my life. Yeah, basically the only thing I can say the only bad thing I can say is that it was too short. I could have done that for way longer time, but it was only until the summer, and in July I actually moved back to Germany. I was thinking about staying in Amsterdam a little bit longer, but I kind of needed a job for that, because I was like, if I don't really have a reason to stay here, it's just too expensive and it doesn't really make sense. So I auditioned a lot, but unfortunately I didn't have a job lined up, so I decided to move back to Germany. I was kind of sad about it back then, even though it was like long distance with my boyfriend again, but it was still kind of close. So if you compare it to the ship or to Miami or something, we were neighbors. Amsterdam, Germany wasn't too bad. I would have liked to stay longer in Amsterdam, but if I look back at it now, everything worked out for the better, because if I had booked a job in the Netherlands and I would have stayed there, I wouldn't have been able to audition for Starlight Express, and I would have never been in the show by now. So yeah, I'm really happy things worked out the way they did, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I love being in Amsterdam and I would want to do that again for sure if I get the opportunity, maybe somewhere after Starlight Express, or I don't know, to do another show in the Netherlands after all the COVID and the whole situation is over, and hopefully we can go back to a normal theater climate again, because it would just be so sad if the theaters would disappear because of this pandemic. So I really hope and pray for the best. I just have great memories. I am just really thankful that I did that job. It just came at a perfect time, and being close to friends and family. So yeah, just nothing but good memories.
Sta je stil, de klok blijft tikken. Steeds weer haalt de tijd ons in. En in de tussentijd verlies ik de momenten. Gaat het allemaal draaien in het begin.
Zelfs al kan ik er niet zijn, blijft er nog een deel van mij waar je op kan leunen als je zelf niet meer kan staan. Als de houvast je verlaat en het even niet meer gaat, mag je bij mij schuilen. Laat mij je slaap zijn.
I know this is a little bit of a shorter video, but it was just such a short tour as well, and I don't really have a lot of footage, unfortunately, because with most of live musical productions you don't have a lot of opportunity to film, of course. So yeah, that was it, and that was actually the last video in this series for now, because yeah, after that Starlight Express came, and I kind of hoped that I would be able to take you backstage with me by now, but as we know, the COVID-19 situation is not done yet, and we're still not back to work. So I am thinking about some new ideas. I'm trying to get some new inspiration to make some other videos about me, about my life, and if you have any ideas, suggestions, things you want to see, please let me know. And I'll be back for sure, and I'll be back on Sunday with another cover as well, so look out for that. Make sure to subscribe and like and hit the notification bell so you won't miss another video. And yeah, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!